The Sculptor and the Stone. Elio's hands knew the stone better than they knew his own face. For 1,000 days they had traced its veins, felt its cold breath, and chipped away at its silence. Yet it remained just that, a stone, a stubborn, gray refusal of everything he hoped it would be. He remembered the day it arrived, a promise of greatness hauled into his small studio. He had seen a soaring figure trapped within, a symphony of form and grace. Now all he saw was the dust on the floor, a graveyard of tiny, failed attempts. His friends had stopped asking about his progress. Their silence was heavier than the stone itself. Anything new? They used to ask, their eyes bright with anticipation. Now they just talked about the weather, about bills, about anything but the monolith that consumed his days. Some days, the hammer felt impossibly heavy. Each strike was a question. Why are you doing this? Who is this for? The stone offered no answers. It only offered more stone, more resistance. He thought about abandoning it. He could sell the stone, pay his rent, and find a job where effort equaled reward in neat, predictable sums. A job where he didn't have to pour his soul into something that might never love him back. But then, the morning would come. The sun would cut through the dusty air, and a single, stubborn ray would land on the stone. And in that light, he would see it. Not the grand figure he had imagined, but a subtle curve, a new shadow, a hint of something he hadn't seen the day before. It wasn't a victory. It wasn't a breakthrough. It was just a change. A millimeter of progress in a mountain of inertia. And it was enough. It was always just enough to make him pick up the chisel again. He stopped looking for the soaring figure from his dreams. He stopped listening for applause that wasn't there. Instead, he started to listen to the stone itself. He followed its lines, respected its fractures, and worked with its grain instead of against it. The work did not get easier. The days were still long, the dust still thick, but it was no longer a battle. It was a conversation, a slow, patient dialogue between man and mountain, written in 1,000 tiny chips and scrapes. He didn't know when or if it would ever be finished, but as he laid his tools down in the evening light, he understood. The result was not the point. The hard work, the daily return, the quiet conversation, that was the art. That was the reward.